I know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game, and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
And today I want to talk about headaches. And this is a story I actually got from Michael Jordan. It's from one of Michael Jordan's books. He wrote a book, like this big picture type book that he wrote way back. I read this probably when I was in the late 90s that this book came out. But anyway, one of the things Michael Jordan said in this book, I talked about this on Snapchat yesterday. Mike broke his foot when he was with the Chicago Bulls his second year in the NBA. He broke his foot at the beginning of the season. So he missed a whole bunch of games. Hello to all y'all too who is checking in. If y'all watch me for the first time, make sure you follow me and follow me on Snapchat too at Dre Baldwin. But Michael Jordan broke his foot at the beginning of his second year in the NBA. He missed all these games. And it was like 15, 20 games left in the NBA season, which is 82 games for those who don't know. What's up, Canada? And he was meeting with the management of the Chicago Bulls. And the management didn't want Michael Jordan to play for the rest of the season. They wanted him to sit out the whole season so that he could get in shape. And not in shape, but so his foot could 100% heal so he could be ready for the next season. There'd be less chance of him getting hurt again. So Michael Jordan and his agent are sitting there with the management of the Chicago Bulls, and they're like, yo, we don't want you to play because the doctor said that if you play again, Michael, there's a 10% chance that you might break that same foot all over again if you try to play these last 15, 20 games of the season. And Michael said, well, look, if there's a 10% chance I could break my foot, that means a 90% chance that I won't break my foot. So I should be playing the rest of the games of this season. And one of the Bulls management staff, I think it was Jerry Krause, he was the general manager of the Bulls, he said, Michael, check this out. What if you had a headache and I gave you a capsule of, not a capsule, but a container of aspirin? And I told you that all the aspirin is in here, is 10 of them, is a 1 in 10 chance that one of them is coated with cyanide. Those of you who don't know what cyanide is, it don't matter. I don't even know what it is either, but I do know that if you take a pill that's coated in cyanide, you're going to die. That was his implication. All right, there's a 1 in 10 chance that one of these pills you take, you're going to die. And Michael said, you know what, Jerry, that's a hell of an analogy that you just gave me. And my answer to your question is this. It depends on how bad the headache is. And with that, long story short, Michael Jordan ended up playing. Y'all know the game where Michael Jordan scored 63 points against the Boston Celtics. That was that postseason that the Chicago Bulls management tried to tell him not to play. He went and scored 63 points in the playoffs. They lost anyway, but it was one of the games that made him arrive as a superstar in the NBA. And the point of all that is, many times, all of you who are out there, maybe somebody you know, hi to you too, maybe somebody you know has a situation where they're thinking about taking some risks. They're thinking about stepping forward and making some move, making something happen, taking some initiative in something, but they're not sure about it because they haven't done it before. They're not 100% sure of their success. How many of you have ever had this situation or somebody you know, like they want to do something, but they like, well, I know some people have made it, but I also know some people have failed. I know some people made money. I know some people didn't make any money. I know some people reached what they would deem to be success, and I know some people who reached what they would deem to be failure. I know some people who were celebrated for what they did and some people who were ridiculed for what they did. And a lot of times in life, from my experience, the people that I come across, people that I meet and talk to, a lot of times people don't want to do anything unless they have a guarantee. They want a guarantee of what's going to happen before they do anything. People say, hi to you too. People say, you know, I like to have my job because it gives me a guaranteed paycheck, so I don't want to be an entrepreneur, because if I become an entrepreneur and start my own business, I don't know when or where the money is going to come from. And they're absolutely true. They don't know when and where the money's going to come from. It might not even be any money. And a job, quote unquote, does get them a guaranteed paycheck, but actually not really if you really think about it. But the point is, a lot of people don't want to do things. They don't want to start things because they want a guarantee before they start. They want a guarantee before they do anything. They're sitting there like the Chicago Bulls were. Like, listen, there's a 10% chance you'll break your foot again. There's a 1 in 10 chance that if you take one of these aspirin or these Advil, it's coated with cyanide and it's going to kill you. But they're completely ignoring the 90% chance that things might go well. They're completely ignoring, I don't care if it's a 50% chance that things might go well. Shit, I don't care if it's a 10% chance that things might go well. The question is, for all of you out there, it's not about the percentage of what might go well and what might not go well. Because if you take that same situation with, let's say, Michael Jordan, let's say it's his last year in the league, let's say Kobe Bryant, it's his last year in the NBA, right? Let's say the Lakers rallied to make the playoffs in his Game 7 of the finals, and Kobe already said this is his last season, and he got a 90% chance of breaking his foot if he plays in the game, but a 10% chance he won't break his foot. Is Kobe going to play in the game? Of course he's going to play in the game. Why? Because he wants to win that championship. So if you're focused on the if you're focused on the obstacles, or you're focused on what might go wrong, you're focused on the percentages of chances that things will not work out, you're focused on the percentage of people who fail, you're focused on what people might say, do, or think if you don't become successful, whatever your definition of success is, listen, you ain't never going to do anything. You will never achieve anything in your life if that's the way that you're thinking. If all you're looking at is the obstacles. If all you notice is the obstacles in anything, you'll never go anywhere. You won't walk across the street because shit, somebody could just hit you with their car while you're walking. You'll never get in a car and drive because you can't control the other 100 or 1,000 drivers out there on the road. You don't know who's drunk. You don't know who's a student driver. You don't know who just doesn't know how to drive. You don't know who's on their phone periscoping or texting or talking. Anything can happen. So if you're focused on the obstacles, you're focused on the possible pitfalls and failures, you will never do anything and you will never achieve anything. But all of you have probably done things in your lives. You have probably achieved things in your lives before. So it doesn't mean that you're not capable of doing it because everybody's done it before. So here's the thing. Here's the key to all of this. The times that you did things, the times that you achieved things and you took initiative, the only difference between those times when you did something and the times where you didn't do anything because you were looking at all the possible failures is because the headache wasn't big enough. Going right back to my analogy that Michael Jordan had to answer from the Chicago Bulls. He said, listen, I will take one of those Advil that has a 10% chance of me dying from taking it if my headache is bad enough. If your headache is bad enough, it doesn't matter if you only got a 1% chance of succeeding, you'll take one of those pills just because you cannot deal with this headache anymore. See, if you can't deal with not being successful at whatever it is you're doing anymore, if you reach the absolute point where you're like, I absolutely cannot be unsuccessful for one more day, you'll take those pills. Why? Because the alternative is you doing something that you absolutely said you'll never do again. You'll take the pill. You'd be better off dying than living with something that's below the level that you want it to be at. So all you got to do, you don't have to get a headache. You don't have to have a migraine. You don't have to play for the Chicago Bulls. You don't have to break your foot. You don't have to be Michael Jordan. All you got to do is decide in what areas of your life things are not optimal. And once you decide what those things are that are not optimal, and you figure out, you psych yourself into thinking it, you think about it, or you just talk your way into it, whatever it is you got to do, you figure out that your headache is big enough, you'll do whatever it takes to get to the point that headache is gone. But that means you got to take 9 of the pills and hope that the one that you didn't take is the one that won't kill you. The one that will kill you is the one that you didn't take, then hey, if your headache's big enough, you'll do it. If you're not doing this, it just means your headache's not big enough. Malcolm X said, one of his speeches, he said, when a man places the proper value on freedom, and then in the next sentence they tell you what they won't do or what they don't believe in doing to get that freedom, then they need to stop talking about freedom because they're not serious. See, when you're serious about getting something done, there's nothing that you won't do to get it done. There's nothing that you don't believe in when it comes to getting it done. There's no pill that you won't take. Michael Jordan took the pill because guess what? The headache was so bad he had to get on the basketball court. You know what he did after he took the pill and got on the basketball court? He scored 63 points on Larry Bird. And that point forward was when people said, wait a minute, this dude Michael Jordan, all right, we knew he was good, but we didn't know it was like that. And everything that happened from that point forward, Michael Jordan's a billionaire now. Everything that happened from that point forward is because he decided the headache was bad enough. Now, if he would have listened to conventional wisdom, his bosses pretty much, they were his bosses. They the ones that signed his check, who told him not to do it. Conventional wisdom, our teachers, our friends, our parents. If he would have listened to conventional wisdom, that 63-point game may have never happened. Now, does that mean Michael Jordan still wouldn't have been a superstar? No, he probably still would have become a superstar, but that 63-point game was a moment. That moment woke everybody up. Life is made up of moments. It's not made up of course, it's gradual, step-by-step, day-by-day achievements, small achievements, one small step, leads to a journey of 1,000 miles. We all know that, but the moments is what we remember. We remember the moments. That moment happened because Michael Jordan decided his headache was big enough. So my question for all of you, and the question you're going to take with you off of this Periscope stream, is not for you to answer to me, it's for you to answer to yourself when you look in the mirror today, is how big is your headache? How big is your headache? My name's Dre all day. For those of you who don't know me, came in the middle of here. That's what we're talking about. I just closed it by telling you what we're talking about. I'm an author. I've written 7 books. I got 4,000, almost 5,000 videos on YouTube, 4,000 blog posts on my website, dreallday.com. I got a few TED Talks. Videos didn't come out yet. I got a show on the Grant Cardone TV network. I got my own podcast that will be starting. You'll be able to catch it on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud before the end of this month of March. I got another book coming out in March. What else am I doing? I'm doing a whole bunch of other stuff. So just keep following me here on Periscope. You watch me for the first time. Follow me on Twitter at Dre All Day. My Instagram and my Snapchat is both the same thing, at Dre Baldwin. My first name and my last name, Dre Baldwin, DREBALDWIN. Dre Baldwin, that's my Instagram and my Snapchat. You hit me there, I'll reply. If you ask me a good question, if you ask me a bad question, I ain't gonna reply. But you ask me a good one, I will reply. That's my Snapchat, at Dre Baldwin. Business inquiries, coaching, consulting, I do that with individuals as well as businesses. Send me an email, dre@dreallday.com. That's my email address. And my first book is called Buy a Game. It's my early basketball story for any of you athletes or any of you who just like to read good books. Even if you never played basketball in your life, I guarantee you will enjoy Buy a Game. This is a great book, if I may say so myself. Just go to dreallday.com. That's my website. dreallday.com. That's just my name on Periscope.com, dreallday.com. When you get there, there'll be a little window that comes up that says get my first book for free, like I just described. Put your email address in. I'll send you my first book for free as a PDF version. After you read that book, you want something else to read, go to dreallday.com/Amazon and buy every book that I got for sale, and then you'll have plenty of reading material. By the time you finish those, I'm going to have written another book. And after you finish that, the audio book won't come out. And after you finish that, the podcast can be out. And after you finish that, I'm going to do another Periscope stream. And after you finish that, you can go read all the blog posts on my website. And after you finish that, then you can go to youtube.com, whip me up on YouTube, and you can watch every video that I ever put out. And when all that's done, you probably be dead, because that's going to take a long time for you to get all that done. So I just mapped out your life for you right there. If you need content to consume, you ain't even got to go to school no more. You ain't got to talk to nobody else. Don't even turn on the TV unless I get a show on TV. You can find all my stuff on the internet. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day. Again, if you watch me for the first time, make sure you follow me. Don't make the mistake of another day not following Dre All Day. Follow me on Snapchat at Dre Baldwin. Follow me on all your other social media. If you don't remember the name I said, just type in my name, Dre Baldwin or Dre All Day. You'll find me because I'm every damn where. Oh, my company's called Work on Your Game. That's what this stands for. Work on your fucking game. That's what the F stands for. I can't read all your comments because I'm driving. But if you got a comment, something that I need to hear, something that I need to know, send it to me on Snapchat at Dre Baldwin or email me, dre@dreallday.com. Or just follow me, and next time I do a stream when I'm not driving, I'll be able to read the comments. All right, work on your game. Dre All Day. Sure, you get my first book, Buy a Game. It is free. Click the link right here below in the video description. I'm on all your favorite social media platforms, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Periscope. All the links are right down here below. Is either Dre Baldwin or Dre All Day on each one of those sites. And make sure you are subscribed. Hit that subscribe button down there and the thumbs up like button. Subscribe so you catch all the new content. I work on your game. Dre All Day.